Good morning, everyone. This is Erica with Look What's in My Hoop. Today is February 4th, 2024, and I am here with Flosstube number 22. I have my sweet little daughter, Haley, with me today. She's got some things she wants to share. And as you can see, our Christmas makeup kit is still going strong. It's a favorite in the household. So she's really loving that pink eyeshadow and red lipstick.
It's red eyeshadow, but it turns pink.
It's red eyeshadow, but yes, that's right. It's red eyeshadow, but it looks pink when you put it on. So I wanted to film in January. It didn't happen. We are so, everyone says this, but we are so busy, and I have to prioritize my time. I just wasn't able to get one done. But it was a good month. Everyone is finally healthy. The first few weeks, actually for about a month straight, end of December and end of January, we were still passing around all the things, but everyone's good now. My mother's surgery went fantastic. Thank you so much for all of you who sent prayers and well wishes. I had mentioned on my last regular Flosstube that she needed to have surgery for breast cancer, and it went amazing. Thankfully, it was contained. The surgeon was able to get everything out. They did test some 3 lymph nodes from her arm, and those all came back negative. So she is healing. Her restriction time is up, and she is just doing fantastic. But I can't express how much I truly appreciate all of the prayers and well wishes for her. I'm very, very grateful. So thank you for that. So Haley, I don't know if you've watched my other Flosstubes, but she's a fairly regular visitor on the Flosstubes, and she has been watching me stitch for a long time. She usually sits right next to me. And then a couple months ago, actually around the fall, she wanted to do a few of my stitches, so she helped me put some stitches in a pumpkin, and she'll help me do a stitch here or there occasionally. Well, she told me that she wanted to try cross-stitching all on her own. So we bought a little kit on Amazon, and why don't you show them this one first? So it's a little kit like this, and you make little cute keychains, little hoop keychains with all of these animals. So why don't you point to the one that you decided to do? Is it on there? That top one. So this little doggy, and so...
It's a German Shepherd.
It's a German Shepherd, yes. So why don't you show them these? We can only show these kind of quick, but it's really cute. Comes with this Ada, and it's pre-printed cross-stitch patterns. It comes with all the thread. So there's a few designs. The corgi one's super cute. Maybe we can do the corgi one next. And then it also comes with these. There's one for each pattern. These sweet little hoops. So you can put them in the hoop while you're stitching. And then after you're all done, you can, here, I'll hold that. You can show them this. You can put the keychain part on the hoop. I know sorry for the rustling. There you go. So you put the keychain on the hoop, and then you can stick the chain anywhere you want, like on your backpack maybe, or someplace special.
Or keys. Or
keys, yes. And it also comes with all of the thread, and then her thread looks like mine. And then all of these backing options to put on the back of your hoop.
There's more backup.
Yeah, but that's okay. We can just show them a few. There's lots of colors, so she gets to pick whatever color she likes for the back of her project.
Definitely picking this one.
That's her favorite, probably because it's sparkly. And it even comes with the batting that you put between your project and the backing. So it was the cutest little set that we found. It was right from Amazon. And then she started to stitch. Do you want to go ahead and I'll hold that. This one. And here, you got to kind of get a little close. So you can see she started to stitch here. And you can't tell because it's very dark, but she actually did a few stitches on the nose.
Here and then on the eyeball.
On the eyeball, yes. So she also had made a comment that she didn't like some of her stitches. So we learned about frogging. Do you remember what frogging means? What does it mean?
It means take out.
Yeah, you can take out your stitches. But we decided that sometimes it's not worth the effort of taking it out, and we're just going to keep going forward, right? But there's always that option. So I'm really proud of her. She's only 5. Actually, she's almost 6, but I think she's doing a fantastic job, and she was really excited about this and wanted to show off her work. Oh, you want to show all of the...
These are all the colors that it came with.
All the hoops, yep. So it was really, really kind of nice. There's even a little jingle ball, a little accessory that you can...
No, that didn't come with that. That was...
Oh, it didn't come with it?
Yeah, that was from Miss Cameron.
Oh, so you just stuck in there? Well, you could add that onto
to
one of
add it
these.
for the color.
Oh, see that? See, you're already thinking like a cross stitcher. She's planning how to finish the product. So Haley, you did a great job. So she wanted to show that off, and I'm very proud of her. You know, and she'll do a few stitches, and then she'll say, I don't want to do it, I want to put it up. And I told her it's not a race. You stitch when you want, and you stitch what you want. And as long as it makes you happy, that's what's important, huh? Oh, and I also gave her, because every stitcher needs a fancy project bag, I did give her one of my project bags. I think I only used it for one other project, but this is the one she picked out, and it's from PT Bags. It's really nicely made. I actually really love this one, but I love it that she has one now too. Huh? Awesome. And you can also double the hoops as bangle bracelets. Yeah.
No.
All right, here, honey, let's put
They're
this
not
back.
bangle bracelets.
Well, they could be, right? Nice job. Here, let's zip this up. Sorry for the zips. And then you can go put that back in your spot so you have it to work on. Nice job. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So, honey, you need to go put this up now so that we're not interrupting the video too much, okay? All right, so when my last regular floss tube was at the end of December, and I was almost done with the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Christmas wreath. I have been working on this for a couple of years. I had a restart. I had 2 restarts, actually. Started it, restarted it, and then, so I started it doing 2/2 on 32 count mint splash, restarted it with 1/2, and I didn't like that, so then I restarted it with 2/2 on 32 count mint splash. And it's taken a while to get it done, but I am happy to say I did finish this before the end of December. And that's my final. DMC threads, the called for. I didn't change anything. I think I changed on the, I did, on the reindeer, his hooves and antlers. I just used a little bit darker gray. I don't even know what color. I just went and picked one that was a couple shades darker than the called for, whatever I had in stash. I really love this, and I'm so happy it's done. My last video, I talked about that snowman. It was almost the end for me with this piece. He killed me. But we got through it, and I'm happy to say it's done. And I think I'm going to send this off to a professional finisher to turn into a pillow for me. I can sew pillows. I don't want to. Finishing is not my favorite thing in the world to do, but I want my pieces done. So sometimes it is worth it to me to take a little bit of extra expense and have it done. So I'll try to get that done soon, and then I'll have it ready for the end of the year when it's the holiday season. Honey, are you trying to thread that needle?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll help you after the video. Why don't you put it in
Oh, it's
here?
gonna take an hour.
It is going to take an hour for a video, yes. But I can't help you stitch right now, okay? So the next piece that I finished, this, oh, actually, you know what? Before I do that, I want to show you. I decided to keep a little bit better track of my projects. And I just found this cute little notebook, actually at TJ Maxx months ago. And I just thought it was really sweet, and I picked it up. Even though I don't really need notebooks, I just thought it was adorable. It's a Rifle Paper Company notebook, and they make really great fabric. I've bought a lot of their fabric before, but they do a whole line of stationery kind of things. But I found this at TJ Maxx, and I picked it up. And then at the end of 2023, I decided to keep a little bit better track of my projects. And when I did my WIP parade, it really inspired me to write things down. I am not a book a days person. I actually, don't hate me, I know people love it. I don't like the way that book looks. It's, I don't know, I just don't like it. So I've never bought it. And I love the idea of having some kind of calendar, you know, when you do the stickers and you write everything down. But for me right now, in my stage of life, it just doesn't work. It would be too time consuming for me. And if I have time, I want to stitch, not necessarily stay organized that way. Although I love stickers. I have loved stickers since I was a little girl. Lisa Frank used to have the really puffy stickers, and they used to make these really great actual sticker books. And it was kind of like a photo album almost. Like it was that kind of idea, but you put your stickers on there. Oh my gosh, I loved it.
Yeah, you should give me those again.
I wish they still made them, honey. I definitely would get them for you. But anyways, long story short, I don't have time for that. So I just figured I would keep things in this notebook. And so the first page I made a list of my 2024 WIPs that I carried over from 2023. And all I did is write them down with a little checkbox. And you can see that I completed one of the WIPs. So I put a little X through it. And I think I have 19 WIPs here. I am hoping to get, so far I've been really diligent. I am hoping to get a fair number of these done and only maybe have a handful that carry over into 2025. And then I decided to write down my 2024 new starts, which we'll go over. And this time I actually decided to put down the date that I started the project, which I don't normally do, but it's not that hard to write the date down. Maybe I'll write the day that I finish it. I don't know. I don't really know that I care about that so much, but I do like having the list. So I just keep it all in this little notebook. And it's a nice way for me to look at a quick glance to see how many WIPs I still have. She is so cute. She was so excited about that. Oh, that little project. And it just makes me happy that she wants to learn it. I'm really proud of her. She has the patience and she does really good. The next finish that I have, of course not fully finished yet, but this was a WIP from last year. I started it around Easter time, maybe a little bit before, so I think Easter was in April, so maybe I started it in March. But it's the Trilogy Easter lineup. Now, my kit did not come with this little button thing, whatever this is. I don't know what that is. And I don't want to put anything there, so I didn't. Now I did change around some of the colors. Actually it calls for Fancy Floss, but I used DMC. So I used some of the called for DMC and then I substituted others. But this is my finish. And I think I did order a frame for this, so I think I'm just going to frame it. But the frame hasn't come in yet, so I love it. I love that little bite out of the bunny. I love the baskets. I know I changed the basket color. I changed the bunny color. I don't know. I think I did this. I don't know. I didn't look at the chart right. These colors are all a little backwards here. I think the pinks were backwards. Yeah, I used the darker pink in the center and the lighter pink on the edging. It was supposed to be the other way around, but it works. Not that picky about it. This is stitched on 32 count. Oh, it's either Ren, but actually I think it's Affogato. 32 count Affogato, but it might be Ren. The other thing I did is all of my new starts, to keep better track of it, I just wrote on a little note card the project name and what the fabric is, because sometimes, clearly, when it's a year down the road, I don't remember. So I am trying to be a little bit better this year with keeping track. But that's so sweet. I love it. I did the Halloween lineup, which I need to frame. And I had ordered a frame for that one, but the inside portion was slightly too small to view. So I should have ordered it a little bit bigger, and I didn't realize my error until I received it. Now, I may have shown this piece in like late summer, maybe in September last year. I'm not sure if I showed it on the Flosstube or not. It is Shepherd's Bush, All Is Well. So I finished this late summer, and I do think I showed it. but I could not get those buttons. I had tried to order them. I just couldn't find them. And then I ordered from the Kitten Stitcher. She's gonna cause trouble. She's a troublemaker lately. I think they all have spring fever. I don't know. The animals are all acting quirky lately. Kitten Stitcher, I finally found them on her website, Teresa, and I ordered them, and she was so good because, Penny. She does this all the time. Do you remember my video last fall where she knocked off this pumpkin, ceramic pumpkin? Oh my God. There is always some kind of shenanigan. I'm just going to keep rolling. Penny, get down. Causing trouble. Yep, there goes all the garland. Well, you know what? I need to take the Christmas stuff. Actually, all of our Christmas stuff is packed up already, except for this. I was leaving it up through January, and I wanted to get the Valentine's stuff out, but it hasn't happened. So maybe this afternoon. She did half of the half of the work for me. You're pretty proud of yourself, aren't you? Oh yeah, we're just gonna lay down. See? Just gonna lay down. Yep, full of trouble. It's a zoo. Always has been a zoo here. What are you gonna do? Anyways, I had emailed or ordered the buttons from the Kitten Stitcher, and Teresa had emailed me back maybe a week later, around the time they should have shipped, and she said, oh, our inventory showed that we had one, but we don't actually have one. If you want to cancel the order, that's okay, or we can just leave it open. And I've reached out to the vendor or the maker to see if we can get them for you, but I don't know when they'll be in. So she was so good. I told her that I wanted to wait because I could not find these buttons anywhere, and it took months and months. But you know, she did not forget, and she kept in, you know, great communication with me to let me know. And they finally shipped. I just got them, I don't know, maybe a week and a half ago. And so I put them on the piece. These are the buttons. They're from the B Company, which I have shown on my video before, but they're little wooden buttons, painted wooden buttons. I believe the company is in France. But I was really happy. It was worth the wait. So I will also get this framed and have it up for spring this year. But they're so sweet. And you know, what great customer service, because I did not mind waiting. I had told her that I was happy to wait because I wanted these buttons for that piece. I couldn't find anything comparable. And I like the style of that kind of button. So again, for me, it was worth the wait. But she apologized that it took so long, and just as a little apology, she sent this extra little pattern, which I did not order. And I just thought that was so, like, that is good customer service. And it wasn't necessary. Of course, I emailed her back, and I thanked her because it was so thoughtful. So, and I've ordered several things from the Kitten Stitcher, and I've always had a good experience there. But this really was above and beyond. I think it's very hard sometimes for business owners to remember these outstanding orders. I've had trouble in the past at other places with things like this. So she really was on top of things. And then to send a sweet little pattern as an apology really was just, it was amazing to me. So I, of course, thanked her profusely. But, and I'm not sure, this is beautiful, but I don't know that I'll stitch it because I have so many. So stay tuned. I may offer this as a giveaway. But the point of the story is that I would not hesitate to order from the Kitten Stitcher. My experience was fantastic, and I think that as a small business owner, we should support and send all the accolades when we can. But that's my final piece. Oh gosh, Penny. Oh, I feel like maybe I should stop this video and start over. But I don't have time. This is it. It's either this or nothing. It's either this or nothing for another month. She is full of it. She needs to get outside, but it is bitter cold here. And I live in upstate New York, and it's very deceiving because it's very sunny. So you think it's going to be nice and warm, but it is not. It is cold, cold, cold. But she likes to go outside when it's warm, like spring and summer and even into the fall. And she's starting to get antsy because she's been inside since probably the end of November. She goes out. We let her out in the morning and she's a mouser. She catches all the things, but it makes her so happy. And then she comes in and out throughout the day, but then at nighttime, I open up the door when we let the dogs out before we go to bed, and I call her name, and she just comes bounding across the yard, just like a dog. She just comes when she's called, and then we keep her in at night, and then in the morning, when she wants to go out, we let her out, and usually we let her in and out multiple times a day. We don't ever leave her outside if we're going to be gone for several hours or like the whole day. We don't let her out, but and she's so good. She just stays on her property. Mostly she goes in the garden and tries to hunt. She does what a cat's supposed to do. The rest of our cats are indoor cats, but for her, I don't know, she's not happy indoors all the time. So that's my piece. I cannot wait to get this framed. It's just it was the sweetest little stitch, beautiful colors. I used all of the called for over-dyed threads. I think they were mostly Gentle Arts. Oh, actually, it did kind of all of them. Gentle Arts, Weeks Dye Works, and Classic Color Works. So very sweet. I want to say that I stitched this. I actually used up some 28 count, I think. I think it was called Fog. But love that. So happy to have that done. And that is all I have for my finishes. I should have some more fully finished items in my next video because I did order some frames. I took one to the framer to get professionally framed. And I may do another one when I go to pick up that one. It wasn't, if I don't put museum glass in it, the cost isn't that bad. Museum glass is very expensive. So I've decided anything that I'm going to leave out year round, I'll put museum glass on it. Even though I love the look of the stitching and the texture. But anything that's seasonal where I kind of rotate it out, I won't put the glass, which is the way I prefer it. But I also don't want my stitching ruined, or not ruined, I guess. I don't know what to do. I won't even talk about it because it's such a struggle for me whether to protect the stitching or not protect it. But I should have some more finishing. So let's talk about new starts. I had 2 New Year's Day starts. Well, definitely one. Let me see. I look at my little book. See how handy this is? Oh no, just one New Year's start. Sampler for all seasons. This was a sale that I had started. I don't think too many people actually have joined in. There was a fair amount of interest, but I don't know that anyone is actually joining in except for one other person, which I love. So the Scarlet House, a sampler for all seasons. And the hashtag is sampler for all seasons 2024 if you are interested in joining. There's no end time to it. It's just stitch what you can when you can. Got your purse. I am stitching this on 40 count Steinbeck with the called for threads. Where are they? Classic Colorwork threads. Most of these I think I had to order a couple, but I have a nice little stash now, so I've kitted up a couple projects and it was kind of nice. I just shopped in my little cupboard that I have for stitching, and I don't know, it was nice. I didn't have to do too much above that. So this is how far I've been able to get. My goal was to have this first block done in January, but I was able to get a little more of the border done and start the saying. Now the red for the house was supposed to be Classic Colorworks Cherry Cobbler. Ooh, does not look nice against my bright pink sweatshirt. Which, it does look like Cherry Cobbler. And I stitched half the house and I decided I did not like that color for a red house. So I switched to Classic Colorworks Bandana and I like it much better. It's a much deeper red. This is just how I think, this is how, you know, I live in New York State, upstate New York State, so we are very close to, you know, the base of the Adirondack Mountains are about 15 minutes from my house. So, you know, we're farther north. And when I think of like the New England area and farmhouses and barns and those kinds of things, this is the red that reminds me of this area. So I changed it. I love it. Now my goal for February is to have this row done and this little row of vines, leaves, I'm not sure, whatever that is. So that's my goal for February. And then I will move over and do this house. Then I'll do another section here. And I'll do another house, and then the last section and the last house. So I should, if I can keep up with it, be done, you know, sometime over the summer. And I only stitch this on Sundays. So I put in a few hours on Sundays, and I can make some good progress. And this is such an absolute joy to stitch. You know, not every chart or pattern that I have, I can say that I love every stitch. This one, so far, I have loved every single stitch. It is just such a pleasure. And usually on Sundays, I have my parents down for a Sunday dinner, and then they'll stay for a few hours and we'll visit and we'll eat dinner. And then I don't even clean up the kitchen right away. We just throw the dirty dishes from the dining room back in the kitchen, and then we sit and we visit and I stitch. And I just love that. It's such a nice feeling. And then because my husband is amazing, he will go and he will do all the dishes after. So I'm really lucky. I just get to sit and relax and stitch on Sundays. But please, if anyone wants to join, I'd love to see more people join in on this sale. I am keeping this in a new project bag that I've ordered since since my last regular Flosstube. It is from So Much to Love. That's kind of blurry. But I love it because it has this artwork from Michelle Palmer. She does these, who I've known, well, I don't know her personally, but I've just known of her work for a long time. And I think she'd also done stationery and drawings, but I just love that. I could not resist. Well, honey.
Can you fix it?
You have to go ask Tara, honey. Mommy cannot do it right now. Tara will fix it for you. So, love that. Nice little project bag to store this project in. Oh gosh, half an hour. I really got to get going. So another new start. And if you remember from one of my last videos, I talked about the first 2 weeks of the month, Monday through Friday, I wanted to work on an older WIP. The third week, Monday through Friday, I wanted to focus on fall or Halloween. And the fourth week of the month, Monday through Friday, I wanted to focus on Christmas or winter. And then on the weekends, I can stitch whatever I want, start new things, work on WIPs, whatever I want. And so far that has been going really well. But one of the weekends, I think the middle of January, around the 14th, I decided to start this project, Debbie Mum. And it is Pine Hill House, 4 Seasons Pine Hill House. I do have all 4 seasons I've shown here before. Adorable. I don't know, just so cute. I love that deer. And that little bunny. Oh, so this little bunny was a Mill Hill treasure. I was like a dog with a hound. When there's something like these little treasures, and I've had to do this with other projects, I will search the internet. I will go to the end of the earth to find it. And I finally found it. And I ordered it from this website. And it was a little sketchy. I can't remember. Well, it wasn't sketchy. I thought that it was, because I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is legit or not. I've never heard of this company. I don't know. I might not get it. But I ordered it and it came and it was fine. But man, it took a long time to search for it because it's out of, they don't make this. They do make other bunnies, but I wanted this little brown bunny. I don't know if it's brown or gray. But anyways, I decided to start this because I think it's so cute. And I was such a good girl. You'll be so proud of me. I actually put all of the DMC thread on floss drops. It did take me a little bit of time. It was time consuming to wrap these around. My husband made me, basically it kind of looks like a ruler. It's got a little scoop at the top, and I just go like this, and then I trim the end, and I can put it on these acrylic floss straps. So it did take a little bit of time to do all of these colors, but it is so much nicer having it on a floss strap. I can pull the thread off easily versus pulling the thread from the skein, and then it gets all knotted, and usually the little tabs fall off the end, and 2 months later you're wondering what color is what, because of course it's always the little tab with the number of the floss on it that falls off. So I am really glad that I took the time to do this. I did it for 2 projects and it was worth it. So these are all the beautiful thread colors. And I just have a little start. I started with the worst part, all that white at the bottom. I started in this corner. You know, white is not the favorite. 28 count old fashioned, which is, it's a purple. It's a very light purple. And then you can see I've got a working thread in there because I had to stop kind of suddenly and I couldn't finish out the thread. But this is, how far I've been able to get. So you can see it's kind of starting to make these little snow mounds here. There's a lot of beading. There's some different white beads that go in the snow. But really love that. One of the other things I've decided to do is whatever I start new this year, I have to at least put 1 thread in it a week. So if that means I have to block out Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon and put 1 thread in all of my new projects, then that's what I'm going to do, because I realized when I wrote down all of my WIPs from the year prior that some of them I had not worked on in a year, and that is awful. I love them, but I'm never going to make progress if I don't work on them. So my goal is to do that. And I have restrained myself. I've had about 6 things that I want to work on. So then when the first 2 weeks of January rolled around, ooh, that's not it, and I decided to pick up a winter or Christmas project, this was the one I chose. Brenda Gervais, With Thy Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais. Sampler of the season, winter. I do have all 4 seasons. This is my working copy, though I couldn't find I don't know where I stuck the regular chart. And I love this so much. And so I am stitching this on 36 count Salt Bush by Fox and Rabbit. And you see, I put it on my little note card, but I knew this one. With all of the called for thread. And I was able to get a fair amount done. So when I last worked on it, I had done this whole little, I don't know what you call that arch there, but this time I did the house and I did the snowman and I started to work on the snow underneath the house. So I love that. So when it comes around this month for me to work on a winter or Christmas project, I am going to work on this one. It's really calling to me and I love it. Now the first 2 weeks of the month I had, I just have to work on an older WIP that I have. So I'd been doing that. This is Heart and Hand by Brenda Gervais. Oh, is that the title of it? Heart and Hand by Brenda Gervais. The called for is 35 count Dove, I believe. And I have really spent a lot of time. I did work on it the first 2 weeks in January, and then I've really I picked it back up at the end of January because I want to get it done. I want to get it done. I want to get it off the list. So this is how far I've been able to get. And I really like it. I will tell you, I don't know. I'm sorry. My husband is calling me, so I've got to send him a text and tell him I'm doing a video and to leave me alone. Doing a video. Okay, I'm so sorry. So this is how I did quite a bit. I finished the berries down here. I did all of this and I started the words. Now I had done the tree. This kind of took the wind out of my sails. There's this little tree here. I don't know, it looks kind of like a willow tree. And I stitched it and it was later in the evening. I don't know what I did. I stitched it a completely wrong color. I didn't get it all done though. So when I went back to pick it up the next time, I needed a new piece of thread. So I pulled the actual called for color, not realizing that I'd made a mistake. And I started to stitch with it and realized, oh, this is not the same. I realized what I had done. And I was going to leave it because it was like a brown color. It looked just like, I don't know. I mean, it looked like this. When it should have been green. Endive was the actual color. So I picked that all out. And when I picked that all out, well, even before that, so now I've got to restitch that tree, which will be fine. That wasn't that hard. But I also knew that I had messed up here in the house. So these windows, where are they? These windows, I think they're 3 rows over, and really they should have been 4. So there's an extra, I don't know. Should I rip this out? Long story, this is not the way the pattern is charted. Does it look okay? Or does it look a little wonky to you and I need to frog it out and redo it? Because to be honest, there's a few stitches right here that I don't love the way they lay. I don't know. You tell me. I think it looks okay. I don't think I should waste time frogging it out, but the problem is when I stitch this tree and those willow leaves fall down, they're not going to land exactly how the pattern shows. But I think that'll be okay, right? I don't need it to be perfect, I guess. I just need it to look nice. But I am hoping this month, actually, my goal is to get this whole thing finished this month, but I don't know. So tonight, I'm going to work on a sampler for all season, and I'm going to finish this section here. And then I'll start working on the trees. But the other thing I want to do, I don't know that I love this bottom part here. So I think I want to duplicate this top border down here. And when I decided to do that, I think it added some more time. I was hoping to have this done by February. That's my goal because I am determined to bang out these WIPs. But I know that this took me a while to do. So, but I think it would be so pretty. So let me know. What do you think? Should I duplicate that border down here? I mean, the other thing is I could just cut this off right here. But then I feel like it'll be kind of plain. Let me know your thoughts. I love to hear your thoughts, and when people leave comments, I do read everyone. I don't always get to actually type something and respond. Again, it's hard. Sometimes I don't have the time to do it, but I do read everyone, and I appreciate every comment. So that is my focus piece for the month, and I love that. Now, the next new start that I had 4. 4? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4. Eesh, I cannot keep up that track record. The Prairie Schooler, book number 177, January. And I've had this for a while. I have a few Prairie School patterns. I do not like the ones that are paper. I had a couple that are the nice cardstock, much nicer pattern than these. It's really irritating, actually. So I know Lori Holt had done a conversion for this, and I had originally, when I had bought this pattern, had kitted it with Lori Holt's conversion. Then for some reason, and I had forgotten about this, I decided not to do those colors. I took the threads out and I kitted it with the called for colors. So that is what I'm using. I am stitching it on 32 count antique white Murano Lugano. See how handy these little cards are? And I'm so proud of myself. I also put these on thread drops. Now there's a couple this pattern calls for that I'm using on the Debbie Mum. So I didn't want to kit the same thread twice. So when I need it, I just grab it from there. They sit right next to each other in my basket, so it's not that hard to do. Really pretty. And so I started this the middle of January, and I work on it, you know, I put in a few threads every couple of days, and this is how far I've been able to get. It's cute. And I decided, and I didn't think of this at first, but I'm actually going to take out this January, and I'm going to put the word winter. And so it will say winter brings the snow, makes your feet and fingers glow. And that way I can leave it out for, I mean, depending, we get snow October here sometimes. Not this winter is awful, but I can leave it out for 3, maybe 4 months, and it won't be restricted to just January. So I think I'm gonna frog that out and figure out how to graph the word winter. But, so, and I love the thought of just, you know, at least putting in a thread a week and making some progress so that, who knows, maybe I'll actually be able to get it done by the end of the year, not have quite so many WIPs carried over. Now, when it came to the 3rd week of the month and it was autumn, Halloween, I pulled out my When Pumpkins Glow WIP by Brenda Gervais. And this was a new start in the fall. It was a new pattern then. And so I am using the called for colors. That blue is really pretty. What is that? Oh, poblano pepper. So I was able to finish his, I'd only stitched about half of his pants here. So I finished all of that, and I stitched just a little bit of the lady's arm. And I only worked on this for a day or so, and I just kind of, I didn't want to do it. I picked up the Heart and Hand project, or the winter, the Brenda Gervais winter project, and I worked on that. I started that little blue house because that's what was calling to me at that time. So, but at least I did make a little progress on him. I do love this pattern. I have the finishing piece as well, so when I do finish it, I'll be all set to go. But this is a good method for me. I feel like I am not getting bored from working on just one project at a time. I feel as though I am making good progress on my WIPs, and I'm still starting new things, and that is making me happy. So my last new start is I ordered this. I forgot to show this in my my kitted project parade. And remember, if you watched it at the end, I think I had said something about there's probably other projects that I've kitted and I forgot to bring. And it's true. I kitted this up last year, Love Potion, a pattern on the Fat Quarter Shop. I only have one Valentine project. Oh, I should have grabbed it to show you. Oh, it's a Heartstring Samplery Be Mine Biscornu, and I stitched it, I think 2 years ago. Well, you know, if I do another video in February, I will remember to bring it out. But anyways, I had this all kitted up with the called for threads. At the time, Fat Quarter Shop was selling this as a little combination. They had all the threads together for you, and they sent it with these little floss bitties, which are really sweet. I will use these for my DMC threads, but not for this project because I'm not about to rethread all of these. but it was kind of nice. I don't know if they still have this as a whole combination, but you can get these threads. Now I am stitching this on, hold on, let me pull out my little card. Weeks Dye Works 35 count linen. So the name of the fabric is actually linen. And I started this on the 1st of February. Now I wake up very early in the morning, sometimes 3:30, but usually at 4. And I will stitch for an hour, sometimes an hour and a half before I go into work. It's nice and quiet. It's my alone time. I love it. It is worth getting up early, except now I always have circles under my eyes. Whoop. But this is how far I've been able to get. I did the bird, a couple little hearts. I did change up his eye. The eye was supposed to be the same dark blue as the wings, but the thread colors that I have, it blended right in and he looked eyeless. So I just grabbed one of the browns and I made an eyeball. And I love it. So I'll work on this the whole month of February. I don't know if I'll get it done by the end of the month. But if not, then it will go into, I gotta put a thread a week in there. I may end up spending an entire day a week putting in at least one thread in all of my new projects. But it will get done eventually, right? But if I let it languish, it's not. So that's my plan. Okay, so that is all of my works in progress. Let's get to haul. And then I have giveaways. Now the haul that I have is a fair amount, but it is from December, January. Some things came in and I forgot to show them. But this is my January. I belong to the Bee Stitch Me January fabric club. And I'm on the 36 count linen. So this is the piece. It is amazing, amazing. This screams fall Halloween to me. Got a couple ideas for patterns that I own that I want to put on this. This is called Dusty Cottage. So I really love this. But you know, you never are right at the edge. So a lot of this doesn't, a lot of that delicious modeling, you're not even going to see in the finished project. That's okay. Really pretty. So that just came a few days ago. So I will kit that up with something. And then I ordered Lila Studios Autumn is as Joyful. I have the spring one, which is a WIP. So I don't know. The spring one, if you know, and the summer one, the inside part is like a rectangle and it's beautiful. To be honest, I don't know if I love this acorn. I kind of wish it was the rectangle, but I love everything. I even love what's in the acorn. So I'm still probably going to stitch it. I mean, there's no way I'm going to change, like, I'm not good enough to change that whole pattern to make it into a rectangle, but I do kind of wish it was like the other ones. But look at that turkey down there. Ugh. So I have no plans to start this anytime soon. I have to finish the spring one first. And I will be, my plan is to pick that back up in March and work on that for a few months. I also ordered some more of the 36 count Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit. I really love this. I ordered a yard from the Fat Quarter Shop, and I have more because I want to do all of those Brenda Gervais patterns, like the WIP that I just showed where the arches come up on this fabric, so they're all the same background. And then I have a spot in my entryway that I'm going to put all 4 of them when they're all done. So I wanted to make sure I could get that linen, so I ordered more. And then I ordered this quirky little pattern, probably because I saw it on somebody's Flosstube. They were stitching it, and I just said, oh, gotta have it. So I don't know when I'll start that. I have not stitched a lot of I can't talk, Plum Street Samplers patterns, but I've stitched a couple. I do like them. So I don't know, this might be a project I start later this year. And I did pick up another couple of Prairie Schoolers. This is Christmas Village. There is a conversion. So I'll tell you this, and I've said it before, and don't hate me for it, but I don't always love the colors that Prairie Schooler uses. Now, you will know a Prairie Schooler pattern just by the pattern and the colors they use. That's what makes them a Prairie Schooler. I have found I don't always love them. So there is a conversion that I'm going to do, but the patterns, love Prairie Schooler patterns. But I'm always a little hesitant because I don't always love the colors. So if someone else comes up with a color conversion that I like, I am more apt to stitch the Prairie Schooler. So this one I am going to start this year, but I'm thinking November. It's really cute. And this is a great winter piece. You could just leave this up all winter long. And then I also purchased, what's this one? Autumn Leaves. I think because I also saw someone stitching it. And you know, autumn and fall is my favorite. I even love this one. I love this one. So it just makes my heart happy. I wish fall was longer here. We have such beautiful, beautiful falls. I will never leave this general area and move to a place where there is no fall. I think I would actually get depressed if I did that. I need the leaves, the colors, I need the cool, crisp air, the sunshine. Oh, it just makes me so happy. And then I got this on Amazon, Autumn at Not Forgotten Farm. What's the name of the book? Oh, Autumn. Not Forgotten Farm, Autumn. And I'm sure you've seen this way more than I have, but this pattern with that dang turkey in it. Where is that? Where is it? Turkey trot. I want to stitch this. I know I'd seen this before. I couldn't really find the book very easily, but Amazon had quite a few of them, and I just got this maybe a couple weeks ago, so you can look on Amazon for that. But I love that house. I think this is all, it is all DMC thread, but I will convert the house definitely to some kind of fancy floss to get that variegation, and probably the turkeys too. I mean, I'll keep within the same theme, but love that. Don't know when I'll start that. And then the last thing that I want to show you, I am going to start this probably in February. This will be my second start for the month, and hopefully the only one, because I can't keep up the pace of 4 new starts a month. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with 80 WIPs or more, and I don't want that. But this one I love. So it's Come Into My Garden by Blackbird Designs. There's the title. It's a nice little book. I am I love the birds. I love borders and I love birds. So if they get the right combination in a sampler, I am sold. Hook, line, and sinker, I'm doing it. And it was these sweet little birds that did me in, and then these fat little birds, and then these flowers. And of course, this border is gorgeous. Now, the only thing that I don't, like, I'm not crazy about, which is, it's this little cartouche here. I mean, I love it. I do not like putting names and years on my patterns, which is why samplers are always a little bit tricky for me. I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind putting initials, like if I was stitching a piece to honor somebody, I don't think I would mind the initials, but I don't like full names. I don't know why, it's weird. So I think down here what I'm going to do is try to come up with a sweet little saying about birds or spring, or I don't know. Actually, I don't want it to be just about spring, because I think I will leave this up year round in my house because I love it. So if you have any ideas on a sweet little saying, couple lines that I could stitch here, and then maybe I could figure out how to, figure out how to get it on the pattern. But I won't be putting the name or a year. I don't think. I say that. Sometimes I change my mind. But I am stitching this on the called for. I already have this fabric, but it's slated for another project. So I ordered another piece. It is 36 count Velt Edinburgh linen. This is it's folded in half. It is a fat quarter. I forget how big this piece is. I know it'll fit on a fat quarter, but I'm wondering if I only need half of it. So beautiful, beautiful fabric. Oh, love it so much. And I did order the called for threads, which are all Weeks Dye Works. But look at those pinks and the blues. I'm hoping those lighter colors don't blend in too much. We'll have to see how that goes and figure it out. But, oh, can you stand it? I don't know how I have held off not starting this. I've had it for about a month. It's been tough. But these other ones were already kitted projects the ones I did start, that have been kitted for a while, and it was winter, and I said, I need to do it. So I am going to start this in February and work on it. You know, I will not have it done anytime soon. But I love that. So that is all of my haul. Oh, we are pushing an hour. I gotta get going. So I want to go over the giveaways. This was one I had a winner in my last Flosstube, Plum Street Samplers Cardinal Kin. And that winner is at Nancy Weber 1347. I think. I can't read my writing. So Nancy, if you see this video, please email me your mailing address so I can send this out to you. I hope you watch so that I can get this to you. If I don't hear from her, I'll throw it back in maybe next month for giveaways. Now I'm also giving away this embroidery pattern, Simple and Vintage, this and that. And the winner of that is, let me pull up my phone. So Carol Omer 4171. You are the winner of Vintage. So please email me your address at lookwhat'sinmyhoop@gmail.com. I'll post it below so you can see. And then I'm happy to mail it out. Now the next winner for Heart and Hand, Big Hearted Tiny Town, I really wanted to do a January video so I could get this to the winner by the beginning of February, but you know, I didn't. But hopefully you'll see this video and I'll still get it to you in February. And that winner is Renee Myers 2503. Sorry, trying to get it so the ring light doesn't show. Yeah, so please email me and I'll get this out to you. And that's all that I have for today. Thank you to all of the returning viewers who continue to watch my videos month after month. And if you're new and you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing and liking the video. There have been many times where I've thought, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do any more videos. It's very slow growing, but you know, sometimes you get new Flosstubers and you look and the next thing you know, they've got 5,000 subscribers and you're like, oh my God. And so social media really is the thief of joy, because even when you don't want to, you tend to compare yourself. And sometimes it's hard for me to find the time to video, but when I feel like that, I always, you know what, I really just want to share. I just want to share. And there are people that come and return, you know, month after month to watch these. And so I'm very grateful for that. And I'll continue to share. So it's a joy for me and I love it. And so I'm going to continue doing Flosstubes. Now, hopefully my next video, maybe it'll be at the end of February. I'm not sure. It might be early March. I should have quite a few finishes. Like I said, I have some frames coming. I'm hoping to pin some pieces and frame them. And then there's a couple that I'm going to make into soft finishes, you know, not frame, that I'm planning on doing. And so stick around. Hit the notification button so you get notified when my next video is up. And then I'm sure I will have a lot to share. I definitely will have a new start. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to start that. It truly, really, I have to tell you, I have shown, I'm proud of myself. I don't normally have like a great amount of self-restraint. I mean, I can for a little bit, but then after a while, I'm like, let's just do it. But a whole month I've held off on this. It's literally sitting out on this stand, and I walk by every day, and I don't know how I've controlled myself. I'm so excited about it. Anyways, come back next month, and I will have more to share. And until then, happy stitching. Bye.